Well, maybe that's there for a reason. Anyway, hello everybody, welcome to the session.
First the gaslight, now this.
It can't be helped. Things are as they are right now. So, last session, people were slowly but surely getting ready to go on the big trip, but they still had unfinished business in Laudon. At least like 99% of the party members, except for Rook because he was never there. So
I died.
Exactly. Everybody has had their own little thing going on. Aside from Horus, she had something different going on their side. And the ones that are unaccounted for currently are 3 individuals. So actually 4. So Aileen finished off her thing by basically grabbing her map from the Rangers Guild. So that is basically done and dusted. I don't think you have any more business there. Brunhilde was accompanying her. Now, the party is basically tying up loose ends here to ensure that everything is taken care of, and then before they set off on their next new adventure. 2 questions, first and foremost. First question is, specifically for Shita and Rook, what would you two be doing in Laudon, if there's anything specific? Rook has one thing that might be important, which is the interesting little letter that he got while basically...
Totally freaking forgot about that.
Don't worry about it. I'm here to remind you.
Also, I just realized you literally did take Aileen out back and shoot her. Like, she's just dead.
She's down here, chilling. She took care of her map stuff, so she's basically ready to set off, which is good for us, so we don't have to worry about too much about what Aileen is up to. But
has Nuvola been to Laudon before?
Not that you know of.
Okay. Rook is probably gonna, like, stick with Nuvola, understanding that he is probably the only other person who is entirely lost, and is gonna read his little letter, because I totally remembered that I had that.
Cool. So, interestingly enough, as you basically pull out the letter from your bag to open it up and attempt to read it, the letter dissolves into a dark black mist before becoming like an explosion of feathers in your hand, and emerging from that tiny explosion is a tiny little crow.
Did I just give birth?
No.
Rook say that in character?
Listen, Luna, you're the one who makes Mpreg jokes all the time. I don't want to hear it from you. You made it far more times than I did.
Wait, does Rook say that in character?
Definitely not.
Okay, why do girls complain so much?
All I had to do was open an envelope.
That was your first crime. Now, as the bird emerges from what used to be the letter basically exploded and nothing's like left of it anymore. The bird starts fluttering away, a couple paces away, and then lands on the ground or on one of the twigs of the tree, and like turns directly facing you, expectantly.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna follow the bird.
Cool. Nuvola will like check on you, and there's just like notice that something's going on, and he's just like he gives you like a thumbs up and says, well, whatever it is you're doing, I will be holding the fort just to make sure that whoever returns finds somebody here, and he's gonna leave you to your devices.
All right.
Rook, following the little crow, you are being led deeper into the forest, a couple of paces away from civilization, but you can still, like, if you turn around and look, like, towards the village, you will still be able to find your way fairly easily. It is not too far. And eventually, the bird perches on one of the trees, and
He's swapping the music. Oh no.
the emerging
TPK. Just a minute away.
just one bird away, emerging from behind that tree is a particular looking individual. They appear to be masked, wearing a purple robe of sort. Floating and slowly emanating from their body is this dark black mist, very reminiscent of your home, as they appear to be puppeteering almost all these different masks that are floating around them. This is quite what's the word? Familiar to you. Not the person themselves. However, the kind of magic that they're wielding. The person, the woman who steps forward, basically spreads out their arms theatrically and says, "Hello!" It seems you have found your way, little birdie.
Rook's just gonna, like, timidly wave.
What grand news? What absolutely marvelous news! So, do you know why we called you? Why we called you in particular? You, this person right in front of me.
No!
Are they like mimicking the their tone?
Like the same cadence, yeah.
That's awesome. They turn towards you, giving you a deep bow, and then says, well, then it is about time for me to explain. It is about time for you to know exactly what this is about, what this means for you, because it is, in fact, marvelous news, great news. You have been drafted.
Oh no, it's just like the US.
She
I
thinks for
played
a
this game
second.
to get away, Abby, come on.
She thinks for a second, puts like a finger on the mask, and then says, "Oh wait, hold on, that sounds wrong. My bad. I forgot for a second that we're in the Empire." You have been, you won the lottery or something like that. You know how drafting works, like drafting from a lottery, whatever, something like that. No reaction? Man, out.
No. Sorry, I didn't realize. I thought you were...
Need to give Rain some time. He's getting PTSD.
I wasn't expecting this so early in the session. I'm not ready. Rook's gonna say, drafted for what? Like...
He's going to give a deep bow and then get up again and then say, well, to keep things short and snappy and interesting and not too boring and not waste time too much, we have decided to have a little meeting with you. Basically, my boss wants to speak to you. If you would like to follow me.
Rook will interrupt, like, kind of in the middle of that sentence with, who is we?
Well, you and I, we're going to go. there to meet them.
Okay.
Verily, she like points their like staff towards you and then just like starts strutting off.
So, I'm sorry, you said this was familiar. I don't think anyone in Necros is this excited ever.
Yeah.
It's not the vibe I got.
The powers seem familiar. They're like very reminiscent of what... Yeah, exactly. It's like very familiar with what the Khayal are doing. This like
Right.
weird shadow...
The demeanor, not so much.
Exactly, yeah. The weird shadow powers and the masks. However, especially like the porcelain masks, they don't seem to be...
Yeah.
What's the word? They don't seem to be appearing like too familiar, the masks themselves. But yeah, the powers they have, the general vibe of what their sorcery is about is very
Right.
is very common to from where you're from.
Yeah.
As you follow, they lead you towards what appears to be a kind of empty like plot of land, and you realize that you have found yourself near the farm as she theatrically points towards what can only be described as an outhouse. It is a tiny little
I'm gonna meet Shrek.
shack. It is a tiny little shack with a wooden door, and it doesn't seem to be much more to it, really.
Can I roll perception on that?
Please do.
Or actually, no. Sorry. I want to... I have something...
There is one specific particular detail about it, which is kind of unusual, which is the fact that the outhouse appears to have a monumental amount of crows sitting on top of it. It's basically covered, like the entire roof is just covered in crows. Same as the like little bird that was following you guys has flown off and like landed on this outhouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna take my my free detect evil and good for this long rest, and I'm gonna use it on this outhouse to just like... Does that work? Does that like... Am I allowed to detect evil and good, like get an idea if there's any sort of sorcery there?
Let me double check what the spell does.
Yeah, I see that I have one for free once per long rest. I need to remember what it does. I need to get my books out.
The place has been magically consecrated or desecrated. That is actually interesting. You... Okay, I will give you this much. You know that's land on Necros is usually desecrated because it is a realm very rarely giving much fruit to life, and therefore a lot of the a lot of the land has been basically cursed in a certain manner. You do not feel like it's desecrated, as in like it's like you don't feel it is cursed, but you get a similar vibe from the outhouse as you do from the
The land in Necros.
no, in particular you get a specific vibe from the offices of your lord.
Oh. Okay.
Indeed.
Rook's gonna walk up and attempt to knock on the door.
She
Kind of like side-eyeing the person the whole way over there.
she like follows you and like really intently watches you as you like slowly like raise your talons to the door and like start knocking on it. She like turns to you, tilts her head, turns back to the door, and then says, "You know, I've just been told that this works on any door, so I think this is working."
All right.
So you're gonna open? Oh, by the way, you just hear from inside someone say "enter," But it sounds like they're.
Oh,
like,
okay.
It's weird because it sounds like echoey and like they're from farther away than the like outhouse is actually big, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't sound like there's someone
Rook
in
is
front
gonna,
of you
like-
directly behind the door. It sounds like someone is like way further inside.
Rook's gonna kind of like open the door, but not like step in as he opens it. Kind of open it and take a step back just to look at what's in front of him.
Curious you say that and do that because you open the door and there's just a black shroud. You cannot really see inside.
All right. Can I roll perception on the lady with the masks?
Sure.
Try and get an idea of, would that be? Yeah, that'd be perception.
Depends on what you're trying to get, but yeah, feel free to.
I'm just trying to figure out like what is her demeanor right now.
So 17 plus 1 was it? I believe? Or...
Yes it is.
Okay. FYI, if you want to like get people's demeanor, that's an insight check, but it's the same modifier, so it doesn't matter.
It's the same
Yeah.
modifier. Yeah. Actually, inside I have proficiency in, so that'd be +3.
Oh, nice. That's really good. So that's a unnatural 20. This person, they appear to, despite their like very theatrical like appearance, they do not really, they don't really seem to understand what's going on either. It's just like they're just doing a job, but they're doing it their way, so to speak. And I would like to ask, how close are you to this person? Like how big is the
I think
distance
Rook's
between
like
you two?
Rook's like standing next to them right now since they were really following him over here, and he took a step back.
Okay, interesting. You would notice that currently there, as you like once when you first discovered this person, they had black hair and like heterochromic eyes, and that's basically the only like discernible things you could tell from the person because everything else is just like covered in clothes. But once you basically closed the distance, gotten within basically almost touching distance, I suppose. Like you're just like next to each other. Could give you a handshake if you wanted. You notice that your own vision is obviously like you're kind of blind, so you don't really know what's going on. But the cloak, the coat that you're wearing, the pairs of eyes on that, can discern different things going on in the surroundings. One of those things is that this person appears to wear illusion magic on both their hair color and their eye color.
All right.
And they are both in fact blue. Now then, don't be shy.
Rook is going to like kind of intentionally change his demeanor from being kind of skeptical to match theirs, and cheerily kind of mimic their voice by going, "Why don't you lead the way?" and like kind of pat them forward.
They like stop for a second, like hold their chin, and then says, "Well, I guess I wasn't told that I can't do that." Sure, like steps forward and just like disappears into the shroud.
Rook will follow him.
Nice. As you follow, you find yourself in what appears to be a foyer kind of room. In front of you is a large desk in front of which a young man wearing a simple white shirt and black vest is standing behind of, and he seems to be kind of like he appears like a receptionist behind the desk, behind the counter. And as you come in, you find yourself in a empty foyer. However, aside from the like counter and the young man behind it, there doesn't seem to be anybody else here. Strangely enough, you see a couple of benches along the wall behind you, and as you enter, the young man behind the counter says, "Well, we're gonna be with you in a second. Please take a seat."
Is the masked person here, and have they already sat?
Yep, they're already there, and then after the instruction came in, they just like sat down wordlessly.
Okay. Rook will send them like the furthest possible, like still on the same bench, but as far away from them as possible, like the opposite end.
As you do that, they just like scurry over, like squeeze over.
I knew they were
gonna. As you two will be spending a little bit of time simply waiting. As I will cut over to someone else.
So Rook just got spirited away into some freaking Ghibli movie. Everyone else have their fun. I'm going off on my own campaign.
Now, I would like to ask Grimbus, what would Shitai be doing? He had a little bit of a scouting trip. Luna asked for clarification where Shitai is at this moment, while also checking whether or not they're near Horus. Oh, the scouting trip. That would be under the Abbey. Luna raises her concerns that she might not like that. What do you mean? Nothing could ever go wrong.
Shikai was not asked to go into town, so we'll just wait by Forest, if it's okay.
Okay. Arman and Horus have been to the goblin shop and grabbed your items that you wanted, and you finished up your business. Is there something else you would like to be doing, you two? I have a plan of how I want to do this, but it requires one of you two, so I will be patient and see if how you guys are wanting to do this. Are you guys going to return to the group, or is there other business?
I had an idea for myself, but seeing the situation in the village, and given that she is exhausted still, I am suddenly not so sure. And I just peek over the street to the Empyrean priestesses, hoping to see General Lupus. Am I even able to see him?
Yeah, he stands out a lot. Yeah, he's pretty big for his like. Despite just being like a normal human, he's pretty like. He stands out. Yeah, he's not only giant, but he also stands out because of his black armor. So it's very easy to tell him apart from a group.
Okay.
You can tell he's like basically at the edge of the forest, and like kind of like he looks a little he looks like he's outside the group at the moment. Like he's looking for something, waiting for something. He's just like not particularly with the group at the moment.
I would like to say to Horus, listen, I would really like to talk to him. You know, because he is also, from the army, but also he's cool. He's not like the other guys. Would you like to come with?
Horus responds saying, okay, yeah, sure.
And I would like to steer us not through the group, because that would be suicide, but to go like around, like, sneak.
Yeah. Roll me a survival check first and foremost. Easy.
It's amazing.
Peasy. So, Horus would be able to tell that whoops, what's this person doing over here? They're just kind of. Sorry, I'll just make them disappear. I don't remember what they were doing there. Either way, Horus would basically survey the environment and start figuring out the best way to approach the general without attracting a crowd. And Horus could use the because they're like pretty difficult to hide. They stand out, and they are pretty tall. So the easiest way to slip away and towards the general would probably be like past the lumberjack's hut, keep to the shadows of the building, and then basically slip past them into the forest, and then basically come from behind. Could both of you give me stealth checks again. It could be either dexterity check, so dexterity stealth, or charisma stealth. Nice! Charisma or dex stealth.
Okay.
It depends on if you're trying to blend into a crowd, like if you're trying to blend in, basically like where people are and just like not appear too suspicious, or actually strangers. Oof! Yikes! Okay.
No. Pain.
That is pain.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. Okay. That is what it shall be. You two start making your way past these buildings, with Horace leading the charge, basically surveying the area and making sure that you're not being spotted through any means. Going through and into the forest, basically using the dark alleyways as cover until you get to the trees, at which point you're basically already away. And by sticking to the shadows instead of the open campfires of the camps, or the lights coming in from the insides of some of the buildings, like the town hall, most buildings are like getting ready to shut close, basically, because it is getting towards dusk. The town hall is still active, so you're making sure to stay away from the light as much as possible. And you manage to slip by unnoticed, despite the fact that Arman feels a little sluggish. Just for transparency, I'm basically doing like average. So it's two people trying to hide. One rolled 15, the other rolled 3. That's an 18 total. Divided by 2 is a 9, which means that your like group stealth roll is a 9, which is not great, but it is dark. It is dark, and FYI, because this is like open knowledge, this is just like normal D&D stuff. If you're basically sticking to an obscured area, lightly obscured, everybody who tries to spot you has a -5 penalty. So if you just like have 10 wisdom, you basically have 5 passive perception for anything lurking in the darkness. Just as a, just for like general transparency, so that you don't like, I rolled a 3. How did I slip by? There was
Makes
a
sense.
logic to it.
Happy? That's not the average. That's the mean.
Yeah, that's what I meant. You two
Actually.
slip through the woods, the trees, and eventually make it close to the general. Would you like to approach?
Okay, I'm gonna do something really stupid.
Hey, what's up, homie? Just like scream.
No, that's not what I'm gonna do. Can I find a rock, a tiny one, and I just want to throw it at his armor? It makes that tink sound.
Roll for hit. Roll for hit with a improvised weapon.
Oh no! Yeah. Okay. The problem is, Arman is still not the only one sleep deprived, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, guys.
So this is just a straight roll. It's
Okay,
just
straight roll.
strength, yeah. Because you're
Okay.
throwing a rock, not like a dagger.
Then, okay, God. So it's a tiny rock, yeah.
Yeah,
Important.
she dies instantly from head trauma.
Yeah.
Nice, okay, thank you.
Okay.
He, whatever like, he was concentrated on, he's ripped out of it by having his armor like reverberate to the sound of a tiny little pebble being thrown at it.
Mm-hmm.
He turns your way. Are you like showing yourself?
Not yet. I want him to go inside, and then I will show myself because he's still too close to the other.
Okay, fair enough. He looks into the forest, readies his like weapon, which is like a giant like mace, and
no.
then steps into the woods, looking around for whatever may be lurking in the woods.
Okay. Okay. At some point, I would like to be like, psst.
What are you trying to do?
You,
What could you possibly be trying to get done here?
I want him to
it's
go
fine.
inside.
It's fine. It's fine. you do like a little psst as you witness how General Lupus from the inside starts like glowing in this like like dim cyan blue light as like this vapor almost like starts rising from his armor, and then his eyes start glowing, and for a brief second you feel like some kind of wave wash over you. Nothing really happens to you. You don't really think anything happened, and then he like turns your head towards you and says, "It's you. You made it."
I did. Are we safe here to talk?
It should be safe for now. Not for long, but for now.
Okay, this is Horus. Oh yeah, you guys know each other. Sorry.
Right. Yeah.
It's been a long day. The music in the background is like
No,
you're whispering, but it sounds like Berghain right now. Seriously.
It is supposed to be like stealth, kind of like it's supposed to be like there's cops everywhere that's trying to find you. That's kind of stressful vibe that I'm kind of go for.
Okay, cool.
But which is why I
Anyway.
picked Payday too, because it fits really well.
Yep. Okay. So there's a lot to talk about, and I don't know how much time you have.
Enough for talk, for sure.
Okay, cool. Anyway, everything is a lie, and we all might die.
What did you see there? What did you see in there?
I look at Horus. How's Horus faring? Are they like neutral? Like
Horus is still freaked out by the stunt that Arman just pulled.
oh no. It worked.
Well, yeah, kind of.
Yeah. But you know, it did though. Lucky us, I guess.
It is good to see you as well, Horus. I know we've talked about our plans, however, I did not realize that you've already met with her, as he turns towards Arman. I kind of spoke to both of you, and then, like, whatever happened afterwards was a mystery to me.
Right. So, where do we start? I don't know where to start. Let me think. First of all,
you can start by explaining why. You can start by explaining why people think that you've summoned some kind of devil.
yeah, about that, you know, okay. So we went down into the forest and oh no, you know, he's looking at me like a dad. So I believe he's like towering in the disappointment is everywhere on his face, and I'm just cowering underneath his gaze.
The dad look.
The only thing that is missing is like you are grounded.
He just goes with the full name.
Oh no.
We need...
So you know, like we went to the forest. Okay, I have +5 charisma. I can do it better. So we went into
With
the
disadvantage
forest
though,
and-
so it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, shit.
No, don't worry. It's just you're tired. You're very tired.
A lot happened, man. Okay, and then you know figures out that the forest is kind of cursed or so, and then we found a goblin tribe that you know we were really not keen on expelling, and then turns out that one of them was kind of, I don't know, possessed, I guess, and we fought that thing, and now technically that thing is actually gone. A gigantic devil was stuck in that poor goblin person. And that is probably what you guys noticed. However, you know, those goblins are really nice, and we all like them a lot, and we would really appreciate if nobody would touch them. So that's the one thing. The other thing is that you know, there are things at play in the background that we have no power over. Among them, you know, things in the Church of Demiurge that might be also of interest for you, specifically. And yeah, we're leaving now. I give him a grin, but my eyes twitching.
Roll me a persuasion check. If Horace has anything to say, this might become advantage. It just depends
Please,
if they are helping or not.
please say something. Please do.
Puppy eyes towards Horace.
I cannot disappoint my dad again. I'm looking at you with puppy eyes in the hope that you would save this train wreck of a conversation.
Luna remarks she only left for 2 minutes. What did she do? Not too much, it's just
I
like...
told him a few...
Yeah, explaining. Try to explain.
Yeah, but I'm also sleep deprived, so...
Yeah.
Lord
It's
have
like...
mercy.
Arman is very sleepy, so whatever they're saying is like with disadvantage. So Horace can help if they say something, giving Arman advantage if you want to. If there's something that Horace has to say or add.
Okay, in short, I was talking about the you know, the whole scenario in the forest with the devils, and then I said that we need to be careful about the people in the institute regarding Demiurge, like in the institution, religious institution. That's what I said.
Mm-hmm.
And my eyes were twitching because I'm sleep deprived.
He hasn't said anything. He hasn't said anything back yet.
Yeah,
You
so
don't know.
basically, he basically asked, what the heck happened? Why do people think you summoned a devil? And then wanted an explanation. That's why he's a bit tense.
And then she explained, and then that's where you jump in and say something like, yes, it's true, or no, she's bullshitting.
Don't say that.
That is entirely a lie. She needs to be arrested immediately.
So if you don't want to go off of what Arman said because you weren't there, you can go off of what Lupus said. He basically asked, first things first, please explain, why do people think you summoned a devil? Horace points out that the creature was already there when they arrived at the tribe. The creature, you mean? You encountered a devil when you went there? Something like that. Okay, important next question. Are the goblins... Are they worshipping it? Are they under its spell? Horace responds saying, no, not anymore. They were manipulated, they were misled, lied to, but it should be fine now? Yes and no. I have bad news. He turns to Arman and then says, you know, our mission was supposed to meet with the Templars in Ulfar, the village next to Laudon. It's only a day's trip away, and we were supposed to meet with the Ashera and Wings there. It was supposed to be a diplomatic mission. We were supposed to talk about relations and figuring things out and the continued cooperation between our branches. But once I will give it to you straight. The priests in Ulfar are agitated, and they are extremely upset. They are going to arrive this night, if nothing's stopping them, and they're going to arrive with an entourage of Templars. This is not good news. I know, I trust you. I really do. However, my hands are tied. There's not too much I can do for you right now. It is... Get those goblins away as far as you can.
I'm already working on it. Don't worry about it.
Okay. We were supposed to figure this out as well. It was supposed to be a joint cooperation, a joint mission of sorts. We were. Never mind. The forest. You said it's no longer cursed. Is what you said? Horus confirms no longer.
Yes, and it's actually the domain of Ashera. That is number 1, and number 2. If the Scythian raids were targeting this place because of the fiendish presence, and they missed, because in Laudon, like in this village, there was not a presence. It was actually supposed to be, I assume, aimed at the forest. And
right, I agree with you there. However, there's a thing you're missing. Demiurge's messages are supposed to reach followers of Demiurge, which means that the forest itself has no voice to respond to the attack. It was probably supposed to be a wake-up call for Laudon to make us act and make us react to the attack, and somehow basically realize that we've not done our due diligence. Well, at least that's what the priests are saying. That's what the priests think. I myself am not that convinced of that story. However, I'm still trying to piece things together. We all saw the figure leading them to, and I'm not entirely sure what's up with them as well, because that's the biggest piece that's missing. There was a person involved, someone in command of the celestial sprites, and whatever plans they had, I don't know if they achieved them or not, because they did leave right after. I'm going to do some digging, and we'll see what we can figure out. But I'm gonna keep it straight with you. The zealots in Ulfar, they are not to be trifled with. They are basically fanatics. If something reeks of heresy, if something reeks of devilish dealings, they are no people to make diplomacy with. So avoid them at all costs. We were supposed to meet them, now they're coming to us, and that's a problem for you and the tribe. You were involved with the mission, which means there's a target on your head that points you towards dealings with devils. If you do not want to be interrogated by them, I recommend you join the goblins, and not as in like join them specifically, just like get as far away from here as possible. We can figure this out.
General.
Yes.
Of course, General. Would there be were there any other Scythian raids reported in this area?
Not in this country, no.
Alright. So this has been a one-off?
Oh, well, okay. The raids themselves, they are dispersed across weeks or months. This country has seen more than just one attack, but that was quite a while ago. I believe 2 to 3 months or so.
Okay. We are gonna leave right away. Thank you.
Good luck, Arman, Horus. Whatever thread of destiny is pulling you, I wish you the best. I cannot do much to help you, unfortunately. I am awaiting orders, so to speak. So I unfortunately cannot do much aside from hoping to uncover what has been going on and prove you of your innocence by speaking with the troop that has been going after you and trying to find you. Have you been talking Amun's entourage, the House of Harmony representatives.
We did.
Okay. You know, okay. This is actually. I will tell you this. They were supposed to go in there first to do that mission. I will. This is going to sound mean or cruel. However, I am glad that it was not them who went in there, but you guys, because if they were painted as potential dealers with devils instead of you and your group, that might have strained relationships between the Alice Alliance and the Empire, because they are a subsection of the Ashera Wings, of course, part of the Alliance. So if they, as representatives, were to have dealings with devils, that would spell incredibly bad news, if not war. So we dodged the bullet there. However, I'm hoping that we're going to continue dodging more that might come our way.
I understand that, but I would not forget that this area here, especially the forest, has been in Ashera's domain before. There were sculptures of her. And I do think that the history counts here as well.
Like
If this could also...
Mhm.
Sorry?
Go on.
This could be also painted that, you know, an old land of Ashera turns fiendish, or that, you know, the narrative is filled again that she was unable to defend.
Mm.
It will be used as a propaganda tool for the Empire for sure.
It's good you.
But you're right.
Inform me of
We are-
this.
Yes.
Thank you. What else were you saying?
I forgot. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. You said you found a statue of her?
Yes, in the pond.
Interesting. I've never heard of it before.
Very old.
Okay. Alright, I see. That might have been a motivating factor why the Asherans were interested in investigating this place. But I see. I'm going to do my part in ensuring that no harm or blame befalls them. I do not see. This is difficult. It's like whatever we're thinking or trying to do. It's like there's always some piece of this whole story that just happens to fall in line with more division. But well, I will do my part to avoid that as much as possible, to control the damage done and dealt by this. Do tell me, there was a presence that one of our diviners have been able to pick up, and it was incredibly dangerous. How did you survive? How did you manage to get out of there?
You see on Arman's face the meme with the soldier in wartime. For a split second, it's just like trauma and pale.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much that.
Or more accurately for Arman, just...
Yeah, more like that.
Oh my goodness. The flashbacks. I'm sorry if it was a traumatizing experience. I just
We made it by luck. Let's say it like that.
made it back?
No, by luck.
Oh, by luck.
Sheer luck.
Okay. Right. Whatever it was you encountered, it seems to enjoy toying with its food. I'm glad you're okay. And I will just say I will do my part and do my best in trying to assist you as much as possible.
I know.
Do you have He just nods and it says, do you have a plan of where to go next?
Yes, we do. But excuse me for being frank, I am not comfortable sharing that yet. I am sure we will meet again. And I just give him like just a look, a very specific one. And then as a parting, I would say, I think it is a key moment to understand as people who follow the Demiurgian faith that we would be open to listen to the other side. And all of this, for all of us.
He nods and then says, "It's probably for the best. I agree. We'll see each other eventually. I'm sure of it.
Yes.
You make sure to stay safe and shield yourself from whatever it was that has their eyes on you now. This is going to sound cheesy, but may his light never leave you, because in seeing how things are going, you're going to need that."
I nod and smile and say, "May your blade be always sharp, General."
He just gives you a grin and it just shows this massive mace and says, "Well, it doesn't apply to me that much, but I appreciate it regardless." He hesitates for a second, sighs, and then says, "Until you're safe, avoid me."
Yes, sir.
Good, because I have my own orders, and I cannot disobey.
Of course, sir.
Good. We'll see each other on the other side. He pats her shoulder, and like he turns.
I hug him.
Aww. He hugs you
So
back.
tiny, he's so tall.
After like he hesitates for a second, but then like slowly like wraps his arms around you too. Looks up to Horace, and Horace sees an expression of like pain in his face for having to say their goodbyes, and then slowly separates himself again and says, "Good luck." Horace wishes him well too by saying, "You too." He gives you a nod and then turns away to leave. And as he does that, you suddenly, as if it's become daylight, the entire village of Laudon just like lights up in a bright flash. As turning your heads towards where the light is coming from, you start seeing a tear airborne what the cut of a blade could inflict upon the fabric of the world, as emerging from that tear is a ginormous silhouette clad in gold with blades for wings, as is accompanied by 4 other such slicing motions in the air, as from the skies 5 silhouettes start appearing. One that appears significantly larger than the other 4, and all clad in golden armor with ginormous blades that could cleave a person into just a single swing. And you witness as the entire village lights up to this event, and they slowly but surely start floating, hovering towards the village. You are slowly but surely running out of time.
Uh-oh.
Horace grabs Arman by the arm before urging them to hurry. "We have to go, we have to go, we have to go."
Yes, okay.
Excellent.
I would like to redirect everyone's attention to VC detects and just that GIF again.
So true, actually. Yeah.
Oh.
Roll me religion, Arman.
Kidoki. I am proficient with how much? +3. That's amazing.
The DC is fairly low, but it just depends on like how much you have been falling asleep in class. Or how much you are about to fall asleep. Okay.
Here you go. It's a 15.
Total 15. You would remember these shapes as members of the of a very specific order of Templars, because you have been basically barraged with information about the Templars, which you are supposed to become. You know which order they belong to, which is specifically the order of flying steel. Templars are not really often seen flying because they don't have wings, and also they consider flying away an act of cowardice. So it is very rare to see a airborne Templar. However, the Flying Steel Order is basically the only exception to that rule, because they're specialized in airborne combat. Not only that, but also in basically dispatching enemies that are in the air. And the way they basically do that is they have special blades of light that they can throw, and the further they can throw them, the farther they can basically teleport, as the sword basically acts like an anchor that they then teleport their body towards. And if you can basically throw your sword across country, you might be able to teleport across country. It just depends on how much.
Shit.
Exactly, it's basically physical might defines how far you can get with your teleportation magic, and then as you basically end up in the air, you slowly start floating or hovering down. That's how they operate. They don't really fly, so their wings don't carry them upwards. It's more like they teleport up and then slowly hover down. Yeah, where would you like to go and rush towards?
Fuck.
You can go the way that you came from. All right, you
So
rush.
basically, just imagine, just imagine your childhood pop star idol turned into a nightmare.
Never meet your heroes. Never meet your idols. Please, both of you, roll me Constitution checks to basically how quickly you get away without exhausting yourselves.
Okay.
Nice. Horace is just fine. How about you, Arman?
Let's see.
You are still exhausted, which means that this is going to be a little more difficult for you. 22,
No.
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Disadvantage?
Yes.
Disadvantage?
Disadvantage, yes.
Shit.
Unfortunately.
Oh, the misery. No.
Good grief. Alright. Alright. You, Horace, notice how Arman has been nervous talking to the general, and now that this is happening, that nervousness is slowly building up has been building up like a dam, and is slowly but surely bursting by showing itself in her physical exhaustion. See, she is slowing you down, technically. Horace proceeds to grab Arman and throw her over their shoulder.
Okay.
You really like doing that, huh?
Good stuff, okay.
Thank you so much.
Gotta make use of the strength somehow.
Also,
Excellent.
this image is amazing because I'm so tiny and you're so tall.
Awesome. As you rush out towards the edge of the village where your party members would be waiting for you, we Oh, this is getting a little awkward.
I'd be heading back.
Yep.
I'd have head back as soon as I was able to.
All right, good, good stuff. You would probably be meeting like around here or something. You are witnessing as they slowly but surely hover down towards the village. These lancers and bowmen basically joining them in the air, and Arman, you would know that because of basically what the general has told you and just like putting two and two together, you're quite confident that these soldiers with the large glowing feathered wings are most likely members of the Asheran wings that he spoke about, the ones that you were supposed to meet in the next village. However, now that things have changed, they appear to have arrived here instead. They are basically the elite soldiers of the other continent. The
Oh no.
The Asherans, and they appear to have a leader among them, which is this individual clad in dark armor, basically decorated with different symbols of a bull. If you want, you can try roll a religion or history check if you remember someone like that.
I would love to.
Please do. Go on ahead.
That's +3. 1, 2, 3.
Nice. Okay.
With disadvantage?
I suppose so, yeah. Still exhausted. But, well, to be fair, actually, yeah, I was gonna say, because you are trying to remember, like, history, religion stuff, which is like basically what's been drilled into your head, this would, like, all Empire stuff would be with advantage, but this is like Asher and Ring stuff, so this is unfortunately with disadvantage. So it's not on. It's not the first thing on the what you learn in school.
Okay, so it's a 9.
No modifiers.
No, it's a 6 and +3, so.
Oh, right, gotcha. All right, you would know of a I suppose almost like legendary figure who is described by people to be immovable, and they are basically a soldier of the Asheran Wings who is I suppose they're often seen in missions that are in cooperation with the Empyrean troops, which is why you might have heard of them. They are oftentimes seen in Empire territory, as well as Empyrean soldiers have been assisting in their territories. They go by different monikers, and some of them pretty straightforward, like the Bull, because people have no clue who they're talking about, or Taurus. But unfortunately, you don't remember if you have ever heard like their real name or their proper title according to their rank among the Asheran Wings. So that's really all you know. You just know that they're pretty much a big deal. So
as I try to remember,
Mm-hmm.
What they are, I just have images of my classroom and how I, threw paper balls at my teacher whenever she turned away. That's what I have in mind instead.
It's like, boo, what do I care about Ashera stuff? What the heck?
They sound cool, man.
Alright, I assume everybody is rushing into the forest to join up with everybody? The light that's been basically engulfing this entire village, it doesn't quite die down as you make it towards the forest. The shade, the the darkness of the woods is covering you as good as possible, but it's still like way too bright here, considering the time of day. So you know that something about their presence evoked this, and since since Arman had such a good role already, you would know that among the Order of Flying Steel, there, especially, or rather, for every Templar order, there's usually the Templars, and then there's also like their leaders, who tend to be basically something akin to demigods that are simply described as Empyreans. You would probably recognize like the figure that lit up this entire village as a potential Empyrean, because even besides the Templars that he was surrounded by, he still stood out, being significantly bigger and significantly like more radiant.
Okay.
And you all make it to Nuvola and Shitai, who have been basically waiting at the edge of the forest. Nuvola just is like wide-eyed. He's just wide-eyed. He's just like, what is going on? Horse urges everybody, we need to go, we need to go, we need to go. Okay, right.
Hanging onto your horn.
We're leaving then. Okay.
Okay.
Back to the village. Back to the Red Mares.
Yes.
Okay. Let's hurry.
Well, where's Rook?
just a hard cut to frickin' in a lobby with elevator music playing, like.
we cut that to Rook.
Please put on elevator music, please, I'm begging
It's just been like awkward coughing and like small talk with the woman with the mask, and then like eventually maybe the topic came up of like, who the heck even are you? Like what should I call you? And then she just says, well, I'm the last with many faces, and that's like all you get.
Oh no.
I was going to ask that question earlier, and then I was like, I don't think I'm going to get an answer to that, so I'm just not going to bother.
Yeah, you're just getting a moniker, really. Like that's all you're getting. Eventually, you're being called, and the young man behind the counter is calling you in and says, "Right, your turn."
Has anyone said my name yet?
No, not really.
Interesting. Okay.
Also, despite the
we'll
fact that
go-
like this kind of area felt similar, like what's the word? It felt familiar. You have never been here before. Like even though this feels like the offices of your lords, or rather that's the sense you got with the spell. This is not really
Right.
one of the offices you've ever been to. So maybe this is like a minor house. Maybe this is not even one of the lords at all. So it's kind of hard to say right now.
Okay.
He gets up from behind the counter, walks up towards you, and says, "Yep, this way, please." You'll find him. You'll find him in this office. You follow the young man. He opens up a door for you. Again, this door has simply a shroud, so you cannot really tell what's in the room before you actually enter it. It's like the Dark Souls boss thingy.
It really is. Rook will kind of... Can he glance back at the masked woman before he goes in? Is she still just sitting where she was?
After you've been called, she got up and like watched you go down the hall where his office is supposed to be. She's like peeking around the corner, like looking at you, going into the hall. But she's not following you.
Okay. Rook will go ahead and go into the shroud then.
Epic. He dies instantly.
Gets on the other side.
You find yourself in a office of sorts. The office is shrouded in this continuous black mist. It's very reminiscent of Necros, and you know this kind of flair to a room to be the workings of Khayal usually. And as you have a look around, you notice that you have been in Ashera, basically on the surface. You have been in the foyer, and there has been light in places, so it has been pretty easy on the eyes for your cloak, but not your real eyes. And now that you're in this office, your actual eyes have a lot easier time to adjust because this is just complete pure darkness. But you're accustomed to it, of course, so this feels a lot more homely. You can see the room much clearer than you have been able to see anything in Ashera. Until you put on the cloak and it gave you a new pair of eyes to see the world from. And you...
No one cared who I was until I put on the cloak.
Find yourself in an office. It seems to be full of different compartments for storage, and they constantly open up and close. And the average eyeball might not be able to spot anything in this complete darkness, but you are accustomed to it much better than the average person, and you see basically long, almost like twigs, like they're like scrawny and like jagged at parts. Like it's kind of like a tree slowly coming to life as the movements of the arms are really like they're kind of spotty. They're kind of twitching around, and you follow the arms leading towards a person, and that person appears to be a ginormous individual, taking up basically almost half of this entire room. And this room is pretty spacious already as it is. This individual simply seems to be wearing a cloak of black feathers and wearing a mask that seems to be very familiar to you. It is a bird mask, very reminiscent of House Gordonia. He one of his arms ushers you in.
As Rook is walking in, can he put on his... Which mask do I want to put on? Can he put on his fox mask?
Sure.
Cool. Mostly just to be able to communicate more clearly. As he's expecting a little bit more complex of a conversation.
Maybe, yeah. He basically ushers you in with his finger and says, "Come, sit down."
Where is he ushering him to sit?
He's, now that you're having a look around where he might want you to sit, he seems to be seated behind a office desk. He seems to be basically busy with a lot of different sorts of paperwork. As on the opposite side of that table, that desk, is a pair of chairs. They're pretty well padded as well. They seem to be quite expensive, quite luxurious.
Rook is going to sit in the left chair specifically.
Okay. His head, basically, he never really turned to look your way. One of his hands just kind of like ushered you in as he's like continuously working on things with his umbral arms, and then once he sat down, his arms like pause for a second as his head like twitches over to you, And you almost hear like a creaking, like wood and bark being twisted. It's very eerie, but you're kind of used to this already. You notice how, despite the fact that he has like all these limbs, he doesn't really appear to be that corporeal. He, similarly to all the other Khayal you've met, they are basically not really. They're kind of gas
Not
things.
physical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. As whatever is like below the cloak is completely obscured to the eye by just like pure black mist. It's almost like he's not really physical to begin with. And he gives you a look and then says, "Welcome."
Who are you?
You have found yourself in the presence of the Baron. You might not know me from where you're from. That is because my business is here. He points at the desk, and then you look at the desk and you see it's a map of Ashelon, not of Necros.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, and there seems to be different like pieces moving around, or they used to be moving around. They just like sat on the table, kind of like strategic placements. And he then points his finger at you.
Do
and
any of the
says-
pieces look familiar?
Oh, good question. Roll me. Roll me. What would that be? Investigation. There you go. Investigation or perception.
Okay. Yeah. I think. Let's see. I get a +1 on both, so it doesn't matter. 10.
Okay. One of the most recognizable figures is you recognize the mark of the feather that's been on the letter that's been given to you, sitting exactly atop the tavern of Laudon. So
Okay. That's where the whole party started, right?
it's basically, if you look at the Laudon map right now, it's this tavern.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
seems to be some piece of it there. Would you like to reply?
Not yet.
Okay. He will then speak up again and say, "It is customary for arrangements like this to start with introductions.
My name is Rook, but I assume you already knew that.
Names are a curious thing. They change as often as history does."
We love to see a
Perhaps-
transalloy.
True. Who knows? Perhaps that name could have been dead, or not. But you are probably looking for reasons for your presence here.
Rook will not.
Things are moving. Pieces are being dispatched and removed. There is a place for every piece. And that includes you, but your purpose is not quite clear. I will simply ask, what are you doing here? What is your business in Ashelon?
When I came here, I was trying to escape. Now I believe I'm trying to find something.
Escape what? Persecution? Death through the war? Avoiding being drafted? Necros is a mess. So, there's more than enough reasons for me to believe you. But that could just mean that you're trying to bring that mess here.
I know things that other Necros residents do not. I did not wish to find out personally what that information could do in the wrong hands.
Smart. You're safer here than you are there, that is true. But that begs the question, what are you doing now? You have escaped their clutches for now. But what does that mean for the future? Do you have the protection needed to avoid falling into their hands again?
Can you remind me who gave me the letter? I just want to make sure I have this right.
The letter? It kind of just like appeared in your like inventory. You don't know how it got there. It just like it appeared there. It might have been like when you put your bag somewhere and it's just like someone came up and just like put a letter there maybe, or maybe it was just magically input there. But like at some point it just appeared in there without you noticing.
Okay.
Basically, you just don't know really.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rook is going to respond. I have people to fight for now who aren't myself. I've been given reason to believe the ethics of my past life are not something I want to fight to return to.
That is a risk I don't know if I'm willing to take. I will give you a suggestion. You said you were trying to get away, escape Necros. Does that mean your loyalty no longer lies with the houses?
Rook will sit there and think on that for a while. It's going to take him a bit to answer, but I think eventually he will nod in agreement.
He will then... it almost like... It kind of sounds like a sigh, but like instead of a breath escaping his lungs, it's almost like his body like creaks like an old tree. As he... after you've been taking your time to think, returns his gaze to you and says, do you know of their crimes? Are you aware of whom you're putting your loyalty towards? Warmongers and bringers of death. Irony, indeed. However, Necros didn't always used to be like that. It is the workings of mortals and immortals that are trying to plummet the realm into worse conditions than it has already been. Have you been aware of what has been happening in the realm, aside from the war?
Rook will lock eyes with him and sort of avoid the question. He'll respond, my loyalty is not to those who made Necros how it is today. My loyalty lies to the residents who do what they must to survive. That is where my affection is.
He seems to relax a little, and then, which basically translates into his body slowly like lowering into his seat, as he then continues saying that you may find an ally in us. You might need protection traveling the lands of Ashelon, as you may be pursued by assassins of the other houses. You may be pursued by dangerous individuals who will do nothing to stop from extracting whatever information you have in that head of yours. So, we have come here to make a deal. We have interest in working together. I will keep it simple and straightforward. Necros is bleeding, and eventually we are going to need to change that. And whatever hand the opposition is dealt, we need to ensure that you do not fall in their hands, which means that you would do well to work with us. For your own sake, for protection, and most importantly, for following this goal that you believe in.
You said your business is in Ashelon. What do you want from Necros?
I want to make it worth returning to. What that entails is that while my eyes and ears are here, it means my heart is still back there. However, you may have noticed that I resemble those of your house, but it does not mean my loyalty lies with them. Quite the opposite, in fact. I am considered to be an outlier. Because I do believe this relationship will be fruitful, I will give you my full name, as introductions are necessary. You and everybody else in Ashelon may just simply know me as the Baron, for I move pieces that are unseen to the eye, and I make changes that are barely noticeable. But you will know me as Arsène Laurent Dimitri von Gordonia, and that means
Holy
that
shit.
I consider you a valuable asset to have, as you should consider us a valuable asset. You would know that Necros is... that Ashelon needs Necros just as much as Necros needs it. We cannot live without each other, as we exist in parallel. However, as it is bleeding due to the actions of the houses, we must make changes to ensure those wounds can heal, finally. And while I do not believe you or whoever you are accompanied by has yet the ability to make those changes that are necessary, we can arrange for that to happen, and we can avoid for the opposition to gain the upper hand until then. Do you understand?
Rook will nod and respond, I hear what you want from me. You said you will grant me protection. What kind of protection are you offering?
First things first. There will be information. Information about different figures that you should be keeping at arm's length, and information about whatever kinds of objectives you have on hand, and especially information about our goal and our tasks together that we have to accomplish to make sure that those injuries inflicted by the houses can finally heal. There's a lot to do in Ashera that will affect Necros. You may have already noticed that things are bleeding over, that the impact things are having in Necros is no longer able to be hidden from Asheron's eyes and ears. What do you think will happen if the realm of death can no longer harbor the dead?
They will find a new place to reside. And Rook will, like, kind of tap the map as he says that.
Maybe. Or maybe their souls will fall into the wrong hands. It is a dangerous gamble. Souls are so fragile, yet so valuable. In the hands of a devil, they could be used as fuel for their machines and fuel for their weaponry. In the hands of the Empyrean, they could serve as troops and manpower. Perhaps you're right, maybe they will simply return to the royal tree as things should be. But not every soul finds peace in death. Grief, regret is always a part of life, and those souls will find no purchase here in Necros, nor will they find a place in Ashera. What the heck? Jesus Christ. Their departure, that's the word. Their departure from Ashera will simply mean they become a target.
Rook will lean in and say, "It seems you've been watching me. I assume you know that I have encountered some of the devils that you speak of. What do you know about these figures?"
He raises one of his fingers, wags it left to right as if he says and then he says, "Not watching you. I've simply been aware of your presence. You have encountered one of my contacts, and they have made me aware of the fact you exist. And I have unfortunate news for you, because in the general vicinity of where you are simply located right now, there is a potential thorn at your side that may or may not cause your demise, which may or may not explain why I have been reaching out to ensure you do not fall into the hands of the opposition. The devils you speak of, they have been partaking in their activities in numerous different locations across the continent and the world at large." He just points at the forest that's been completely ravaged. Nouvel has explained to you the previous, not the previous day, but a couple hours ago at the Red Mad tribe, that this used to be a lush forest but has since been infected and ravaged. The Fioli Wastes is what you know it as now. He points at it and says, This may have been a century ago, but that doesn't mean that it is any less part of their schemes and machinations. It is still, to this day, constantly fueling their might. And it is only a matter of time until they will find Necros too.
Rook will nod and extend his hand to seal the deal.
Oh my goodness! Seal the deal? Is that a reference? No. He... Heck yeah. One of his scrawny hands bursts out from the cloak as if it just materialized, and slowly but surely stretches out towards his hand as he shakes on it as well. And then says, "We shall work together."
What are their
Put it there! I look forward to the continued cooperation. The crow that has led you here will now be at your disposal. It can be your eyes and ears. It can be your mouthpiece to communicate with me again.
Let's go, I get a pet! Let's go!
And if the situation requires it, you will be able to call for aid. Do not expect us to be at your beck and call, but in case you are about to fall into the hands of the opposition, we will ensure that does not happen.
Will not.
He will nod in return and then state to you, before you leave, there are a handful of different tasks you could fulfill in Ashera. You know that there may be refugees flooding in from Necros. You may know that there are different kinds of houses keeping themselves hidden from the other houses in Ashera. Or you may encounter spies or assassins sent by the houses to try and get their hands on whoever can gain them the upper hand. You will find those tasks eventually. If you simply communicate with the right people, find the right amount of information, you can make a change as well.
It would be my honor.
Then you are dismissed.
Am I forcefully shoved out, or am I left to walk out on my own pace?
As he says you are dismissed, he basically just like gets back to work. He like averts his gaze from you and just like continues doing whatever he was busy with before you entered. It's like you are not even there anymore. His attention is elsewhere.
Um.
Do you exit?
Rook will. Yeah, just get up and go through the fog. Can't think of anything to search. I'm not gonna start ransacking his freaking file folders.
You go outside and find yourself in the presence of the masked lady, the last with many faces, once more. Woohoo!
Yay, my favorite.
She just like kind of like leans over to you because you're like that much shorter. You're like a tiny little person. It says like, how's it going? Well, you're not dead yet, so it must have been good. Must have been good. Actually,
Rook took his mask off as he was. Rook took his mask off as he was leaving because he didn't want to be able to freely communicate with her.
That's awesome.
And he's just gonna like give a thumbs up.
Sweet, I will lead you to the door then. Maybe we'll work together in the future. That sounds great fun, right?
We're just gonna reluctantly follow it, not say a word.
Yeah, he cannot keep up with her. That's so sad.
He just got a job and now he is dealing with his first coworker experience and he hates it.
That's so funny. Yeah. He like gets into the office. He just wants to get a water from the water cooler. It's just like this woman yapping.
Being hounded by this woman.
You, without incident, surprisingly, make it out of the door again as you find yourself back outside once more, the outhouse, in fact, and you just leave the outhouse again.
I just see a blinding light in the distance.
Yeah, honestly, you do. You do see the blinding light off in the distance, and you, a couple paces like to your left, you just see like a farmer looking your way. He just like gives you like a raised eyebrow. He's just been like tilling the field and like looking up into the sky at the light, and then just like looks your way. Just like raises an eyebrow.
I'm just gonna keep walking.
You just leap into the
Act like
forest,
nothing happened.
like slowly
I was
shuffle
gonna walk
away,
into the forest. Yeah.
and he just like
What's he gonna do?
he
Blood is going
shrugs
in
and
Alabama
just,
me? I don't think so.
he kind of just shrugs and like returns his attention to the light in the sky because he might just be raptured. You successfully make it back to the party. Yippee!
Yeah.
And you meet with us and we're running away.
Yeah.
Everybody's stressed and panicking. You make it back to everybody and notice everyone kind of like their foreheads dripping with sweat. Nuvola turns
Rook's
to you
just
and
kinda
says, yeah, go on.
Yeah. Just gonna like kind of look between everyone to get any kind of explanation.
Okay.
We
wait,
need to
wait.
leave. Now.
Yeah. Everyone is here. Time to get back. Let's go. We can't explain everything on the way.
And Rook's gonna hit him. Rook's gonna hit him with a "Follow me" with his new voice.
Nice.
We didn't hear this before.
I have a question to the party, just because I'm curious. Because you have been kind of, I suppose, like waiting just a little bit for Rook to like come back. Would you have been basically keeping up with what's going on in the village? Just to check what's going on? Horace continuously looks towards the party, and then towards the direction of the light, and then towards the party, then back, and then towards the party, and back. You know what's crazy? You know how Horace has been like this has had this tugging feeling, like pulling them to and fro, and there's this sensation that there's something they should be going towards. Whatever the opposite of that is leading towards the village right now. It's like
I think the opposite of that is called survival instinct, Abby.
Exactly. Seeing that Rook has returned, Horace proceeds to go and grab him before saying, "Let's go." Before they proceed to carry Rook like a potato sack. They're just carrying like half the party right now.
He just goes, "Follow me," and then just gets picked up in the middle of it.
Yeah. Okay. You, as you start like escaping, you notice how, as you've been like, kind of like watching the things, the happenings play out in the distance, you notice how the figure that was among them, the giant, luminant figure clad in armor with the metallic wings, basically. The wings retract into them as you get to experience how they start to argue with General Lupus and the individual that you only know as like Taurus. And they basically get into a heated discussion and start speaking to each other loud enough for you to pick up that it's basically not going particularly great. Things seem to be tense, and they do take off their helmet, but really below the helmet all you can see is simply a vaguely humanoid shape that is just glowing as if made out of pure sunlight. You cannot really make out any features, you cannot really make out much of anything really as their silhouette. Yep. Go on.
Okay, can I make a divine sense?
It would not reach him, but you can make a religion check if you want.
Okay, let's do a religion check.
Divine sense is unfortunately just 60 feet. If you were within 60 feet, you would have been very, very close.
I don't want to get close, don't worry.
Yeah.
I am not in the, in the mood to get close. Okay, let's roll.
Okay. Alright. So, I'm guessing you want to tell if this is like a celestial?
Yes.
Yeah, like whatever the history books have been telling about, the religion tomes have been telling about the presence of a godly being. This is the closest thing you have ever witnessed with your own eyes, and it's especially weird because you have met people of high power, like the Cardinal Soul, for example, but they have not really been walking around like basically shirtless with like their helmet off. But you might know why, because as you basically try to make out their features, it's really difficult to do so. It just seems like they are a vague humanoid shape. You cannot really tell them apart from any other like person, because their features are basically obscured by a blinding light.
Okay.
It's very celestial, indeed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Move, move, move!
I just imagine she looks towards this guy with like binoculars she does with her hands, and then just like nods, and then just turns to the party and says, "Okay, thumbs up, let's go, let's leave." Horse is the first one out. Yeah, together with Arman and just like Rook on each shoulder.
Yeah.
Awesome.
And I can take one of those if you want.
Horse responds, "No, it's fine, I got this."
Okay.
You
Very
still can
strong,
pick
thank
up. You can pick up Nuvola or Shitai.
I feel like you're having children on your back. You're carrying.
You rush out and try to get away from the village as quickly and as far as possible. And you start traversing the theater of woods once again to try get back to the red mares who are expecting you and willing to join you in your journey to get the heck out of here.
Yep.
Which has been the plan from the beginning, and now you have even more reason to do so. You, together with the help of the map that Aidan has given you, will make it to. Basically, will navigate the forest better. Will navigate the forest easily.
Better.
I was gonna say yeah. God damn it. Shut up.
The Zemnian is showing.
Yeah. You eventually do make it back to the tribe. I will give you a fun little map for this. Bonk.
Oh boy.
Wahoo!
Holy shit.
Where
a lot of
once-
goblins right there.
That is a lot of goblins. It's an entire tribe in a much smaller map.
Crazy how that works.
Indeed. The entire entourage is here and awaiting basically their move. You basically encounter them on the way back, and getting into the Fey-touched woods, you get the feeling that whatever is behind you feels much further away than it might really be. Through the navigation skills of Aileen, you make it through the woods easily and quite quickly, quicker than any pursuer might be able to get after you, because she just knows the best ways to traverse the woods without being hindered by bushes, thorns, or anything. And once you get back to the tribe, you notice a slight tension among everybody present here as well. But having been traveling for around 5 to 6 hours to get back here, which would have been half a day if not for Aileen, you feel a lot more at ease back here. And you notice how there has been a new arrival, which is a goblin who's wearing this leather hood over his head in the company of what appears to be a ginormous sloth-like creature. And this sloth creature, upon further inspection, appears quite unusual because going across their belly is a row of jagged teeth, as it appears like they just have another maw located in their stomach.
Wait, who is this on the map?
Yep, they are here.
Right above us.
Oh, right, you. What kind of roll? Because that's bad. That's a bad vibes check.
Oh, roll me insight. Roll me insight
Technical
then.
term. Insight, okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
But I like bad vibes check more. No.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Well, I mean, it is +4 plus proficiency, but...
Yeah, not bad, not bad. You notice on this goblin a certain reservation, especially like once you guys enter the tribe and make your way into the among the people of the tribe. He gives you basically a scrutinizing look, basically like trying to assess you all. But he has this air about him, like a seasoned veteran. He is basically looking out for threats at all times. He seems pretty perceptive, I suppose is the best way to put it. And as you enter, you notice Nuvola is trying to quickly catch up with Abby, who is in basically while this individual is sitting on the back of this giant sloth creature. Abby is basically just yapping in his way. They're not really having conversation. She's just like speaking from her side, and he's just like calmly listening. And considering how like much Abby is just yapping, you get the feeling that he's quite patient with her as well. As the party arrives, she like turns towards you. As like his gaze turns your way, she like appears from behind the sloth and just like rushes towards you all and says, "Hey, everyone! Good news and bad news. But I think you already know the bad news, right?" She just like points at like the village, in the general direction of the village. Right, I think you already know that. I don't need to explain that. That light is kind of weird, and not good, I think. But the good news, my dad is back. She like points her hands like towards the man on the sloth.
Wow, you look like a real jerk for looking for bad vibes check now, huh?
It's fine though. It's valid.
Hey, it's a guy in a hood. Come on.
Yeah, just because it's a guy in a hood, huh? Yeah. Well, what's that about?
Kind of weird.
Nuvola gives him like a respectful nod and like a little bow, turns towards all of you and then says, "Yeah, meet Sir Vatriva. He is his role in the village cannot be understated." As he like tries to like find his words, Abby starts like butting in and says, "Yeah. He's been like taking care of the spirit of the forest. At least I think." She like looks back to Vatriva, and he just like slowly shakes his head and like looks towards the party, and then just like slowly replies, "Now, what's it to you?"
What do you mean? What is to us?
He like with his leg, he like kind of like not really kick, but like he taps the sloth creature on the back, and then says, "This guy looks weird. Are you gonna kill him because he looks weird?"
No.
Good.
Rook's gonna pipe up and say, "Dumb bird, look weird. Kill me."
He's amused by your comment. He just gives you like a little smirk and gives you a thumbs up and says, "Right, then we're gonna get along."
Aww.
You, I don't know you, but you helped the village. You helped my daughter, so we can get along if you get along.
I think, I would love to talk more, but we really need to get going.
Right.
Like, right now.
He gives you a nod, and then turns towards Amun's troop, who has been basically camping until the tribe is starting to move again. And you notice, where is she? I lost her. I lost her in the sauce. I may have just forgotten to put her on the map. Either way, the little shaman lady, the turtle shaman person, is like scurrying over to you guys. Renho, who appears to like have known Aileen, or the two knew each other, kind of. And she was also the one who initiated the dream seance. The dream seance. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on the map. Yeah, sorry.
I was just saying, oh, okay, that's who that.
Okay, gotcha.
That is.
Yeah. The turtle person, the shaman lady, the old lady, she's gonna scurry over to you guys, and after making eye contact with Vatrava, and then is going to go up to the party, and then say, "Well, what do we have here? Some rascals up to no good, I bet." She makes these comments out of nowhere, and just giggles to herself. Anyway, we got work to do. She looks to Vatrava. Vatrava gives her a nod and then turns back to the party, and then says, "Right, so," she points at the giant sloth creature, and then says, "That is Mapingwari, but Mapingwari, not the spirit of this forest. Spirit of this forest, still lost. Might be important to find Spirit of the Forest. However, Spirit of the Forest is locked in person. Person you might know." She turns to Arman, because is person of Empire.
Sorry? What do you mean?
Vatrava kind of perks up and then says, let me explain. We, the curse is lifted, yes, but the spirit of this forest is still lost. It has still not returned to the woods. While the spirit has been absent, Mapingwari made his way here, to basically take over for the spirit that has been lost, but the real spirit has not yet returned. We, according to the information of your little friends over there, he points over to Amun and everything. Apparently, the spirit of the forest is, what's the word? Cursed to be residing in a person, so to speak. It's kind of like a cage, but that cage is a person. Does that make sense?
I think so.
Right. We're just thinking we might come across that cage because let's just say the spirit is good at finding things, and if they are trying to find us, we might find the person, the cage.
Hang on. Is Nuvola still wearing that cage around his shoulder? Or the box?
It's kind of it's a box on his shoulders. Yeah, he's still wearing it on like a backpack.
Okay. Any idea how that person might look like? Or who that person is? Is it any person?
He kind of grunts and then turns his gaze over to Renho, And then Renho like taps her fingers because she can start yapping again, and then says, "Well, you see, the spirit of this forest used to be a great ancient wolf by the name of Asana, but the wolf spirit has been lost for quite a while. These woods you see right now, they used to look a lot more, I suppose, even closer to the Feywild than they already are. They used to be quite closely tied to the spirit. Mapunguri, as he returned here, he has been supplying the woods with his own spiritual energy, but he does not really, well, technically belong here. We are still missing the wolf spirit."
What would happen if, because you're joining us, right? We're leaving right now. And if Mapingwari, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. How do you come
It's like
up
a
with
roll
that
call.
name? You're called out that seriously. Anyway. So what would happen if Mapingwari is leaving? Then what would happen with the father?
You mean if he stays
Because
here?
you're joining. No, I mean, like, you're coming with us, right? We're all leaving, right?
Oh yes, we are. The force is no longer cursed. It is safe to leave. It just means that, well, while in our absence, if things go weird and bad again, there might not be a protector. But, well, we cannot really afford to stay, as you know.
Yes. I mean, I don't know,
Well,
like... Go ahead.
Well, the armies are in the village. Hopefully they are smart enough to notice. They have eyes on the region. They must be aware if something happens.
Vatra perks up and says, "Yeah, so this is kind of a weird situation. We kind of have to leave, but the spirit, we might come across it. We're just saying that if we come across it, you need to know how to deal with it." He then looks back to Amun's group as Amun steps forward. The rest of his troop is still like sticking to the background. Oh yeah, and you would notice, Rook, how the goblinoid lady has been having a close conversation with has been a close conversation with the Viril, the warlocks, the past tense warlocks, and Gab. Just because that is of interest to you. Yeah. And Amun steps forward and then says, "There is one person we suspect might be afflicted with what we've been discussing here. Of course, I'm not the expert, that is Renho, and that's why we are employing her for this task. But according to her information and everything we have been able to slowly but surely accumulate and gather, there is important news for you all. We know of the fact that... actually, let me start from the beginning. Have you ever heard of the tale of the beast of Gévaudan?
Whom is he addressing?
The entire group. If you want, you can make a history check to see if you can tell anything about this story.
I mean,
or religion.
Look,
could be.
I think, didn't I write in my backstory that history was my least favorite subject?
Mm-hmm.
I think Vinhel's going to resign to the fact that he's about to tell us regardless, so...
Yeah. It's just
There's no point in trying to waste frame power on this one.
Also, yeah, that was a crazy roll for disadvantage.
Yeah. Also,
Um,
I think all the pranks I did, maybe they connected with me with my learning center. So
so what was the total roll? 16, right?
in total 18 plus 3
Oh, crazy. Nice.
for religion.
Heck yeah. Okay, you would know of the story of basically the history of the Empire before order has been brought to these lands. There used to be a tribe of basically warmongering quote-unquote barbarians, and they used to be the rulers of this land before basically the faithful of Demiurge and the church and their emissaries have arrived here. And the greatest tale, or rather the biggest story of how basically the Empire gained the upper hand on this land was when they defeated a certain warlord who goes by the Beast of Gévaudan. The reason why he's called that is because he is basically half beast. He was described to be, whenever he was in combat, to feast on his enemies like a rabid carnivorous animal, and he used to be described as a butcher, as a seriously dangerous guy, basically. he was legends were told about this person being a mass murderer, serial killer, whatever you want to call it. He is even after his tribe was basically defeated and crushed. He never relented, and he was really difficult to basically banish or defeat. But eventually, it was possible to subdue him, and that story is the Beast of Gévaudan, because it's basically part of the founding history of the Empire. This land that used to be basically ravaged by different warlords, of which the Beast of Gévaudan was basically the most infamous and the most dangerous. Was a big part of it. And you rolled an 18, right?
In total, yes.
Yeah. He was basically used as a they basically struck a deal with him because he was so difficult to defeat. They almost like recruited him to the Empire for his strength to become part of the Empire, which is why I said subdue and not really kill. He wasn't really defeated by any means. They just kind of like found something to satisfy him and his bloodlust. And you do not remember the exact details of what exactly was the deal. You just know that his blood is still flowing through some of the Empyreans, and after closer consideration, it's like a bling moment, like it's like a aha, it's like a oh shit, it's like a fuck moment. The last name Gévaudan is the last name of the general. His full name.
Okay. So, okay.
His full name is Lupus Bartholomeus Gévaudan.
Wait, does that mean he's related? Is that what you're saying?
It is highly likely. You have never really been like able to confirm. It's not like you just asked him like, "Hey, by the way, yeah, you have this weird name. What's up with that?" It's just, it seems a little weird. It's like a really weird coincidence. Why would you have like a last name that was like a really dangerous killer guy. Like, that's kind of weird.
I see. Okay, cool. Can you remind me again, like, what was the context? Why did we start talking about Gévaudan?
Oh yeah. So the idea is that the spirit of the forest was caged in some person. It is a wolf spirit, and you know that the beast of Gévaudan was basically had these powers to become like wolf-like. They believe that for one reason or another, in his bloodline, there, alongside the explanation of Renho, in his bloodline, the spirit of the woods, the wolf spirit, Asana, has been basically cursed to live in the blood of the Gévaudan bloodline.
Okay.
That, after further explanation, because we have like gotten into like out of character stuff a lot, Renho will continue to explain how, giving the last few details, basically saying how the beast of Gévaudan is named that way because he was able to basically conquer the wolf spirit and basically, I suppose, absorb its power in a certain sense. She then turns to Aileen, who's like snoozing because she's exhausted and not here, and then turns to you all again, and then says, "So remember what we did with like Aileen? We kind of went in her head and stuff to fix things. Yeah, I can teach you how to do that because that might be the solution to banishing the wolf spirit and basically returning it to its real form." Oh, I suppose I should explain to you why this is important. They're really good at finding things because, like a wolf, they can track things, right? And they're kind of trying to find the goblins and you guys now, which might make you a target. That could be a possibility. So this is really important for you guys to know.
So, sorry, this is out of character recap. So, they are asking us to go find Big Bad Guy and go in his head to figure stuff out?
Kind of. It's like, it's no,
Okay.
it's less like they want you to find this big blah 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 bigga booga baga booga. They don't want you to find them. They are worried about the possibility that this wolf guy, who is really good at finding people and things, might be sent after you.
We'll find us.
And so you might, and yeah, exactly. He might find you, and so you might have to confront him. And if you do,
Okay.
the wolf spirit is supposed they think the wolf spirit is in them. So if they find you, you might be able to fix things and basically return the spirit to the forest, and also, you know, defeat their ability to find you guys. So that's kind of like two stones with one bird. You know.
Sounds good.
You can just feel Rook reacting to the idea of two stones at once.
He's so excited about more shiny stones. Yeah, so Rook's all on board because he wants shiny stone. So.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yeah. Vatra will like turn to you and says, we'll do everything we can to minimize the damages dealt to you and our tribe. We'll try to pacify them as best as possible, just to make sure that whatever she is planning might work out. If it does work out, we'll be scot-free, is what I'm hoping. So, that's
good. I hate Scott.
Sorry. I know this comes all out of nowhere, but we are trying to escape, and that's like the one thing that is almost guaranteed to find us, which is why it's important. And so, yeah, you now know what you might be able to do. Any questions, class? Actually, never mind. You guys need a nap. let's just get things rolling. I will have you know though, our scouts have discovered that there is an Empire camp on the river clearing. When we're trying to pass the river, there is a camp there. So we'll have to sneak by, or distract them, or I don't know. We'll just have to avoid them as best as possible. Once we've passed,
It's currently nighttime, right?
Exactly. It's like it was morning, so like 5 a.m.
Yeah.
You guys spent like 8 hours preparing for the trip. Went to Laudon for 6 hours. Went back for 6 hours. So you finished your business. That was like 12 hours. So it's like really night out right now. And
Yeah.
the plan is
the
you
Rook
guys
is
just
gonna ask.
sleep on the carts as they like start traveling.
Yeah.
We'd
We're
also
gonna
like
ask
to. Sorry.
how long before we get to where they're talking about us needing to sneak.
That would be after around 6. No. That would be 8 hours. So you're not
So it
going
would be
too
then.
Wow,
long.
how conveniently long enough for a
Exactly.
long rest.
Wink,
Yeah. Wink,
Game
wonk.
design.
wink, wonk. Yeah, it's like you need 6
Boy,
hours
do I
to get
love
to
getting
Laudon.
my features back before something bad happens.
Exactly. Woohoo.
Boy, can't I wait to not be tired.
Woohoo. So, that's the plan. You guys have been to Laudon and back, so you guys need to rest as soon as possible. But the tribe, because it's already like getting to morning, the tribe is going to start traveling, and you guys going to basically be thrown on the back into one of the carts and just like sleep there until you are needed again. That's the idea. The tribe will start traveling, but you can long rest while they're traveling.
Alright.
Yeah.
Poggers.
Yep, there's... Amun will then turn to the party and say, I believe this is where we will part ways. However, do not fret, do not be too sad. We will see each other again, hopefully. We will be stationed at Foden next. That is our next destination. Whenever you make your way there, we might be able to find each other. You will be able to find our office of the House of Harmony there. If you ever need our services and our help once more. I do hope you make it there safely, and aside from Renho's advice on how the dream seances will work and your own ability to keep yourself safe, I will not be able to assist you further, unfortunately. We are still affiliated to the Alliance, which means that if we are if we get caught up in a unfortunate situation, it might bode badly for the diplomatic arrangements between our two continents. Basically, yeah, it's a complicated situation, but we'll help you as much as we can. Sticking to the background as much as we should.
Okay. Is that after that? Is that before or after we went on? Like, did we do the Is Amun going now, or is she going with this group after?
Oh, once the tribe starts traveling, we will go separate ways. We will return to Laudon, and you guys will be taking a different path towards the river. So that's when we split paths.
Mm-hmm.
I must apologize as well, because our first meeting was quite awkward. I did arrive with my entire entourage, and that was because we were really scared that there was going to be some kind of devil that might cause issues and might be dangerous. So I was not going to be here alone to face off against a dangerous creature on my own. Yeah, we we will we will see each other again. If you want, I can at least now that things are calmer, we can make sure to make proper introductions next time we see each other. I'm hoping for fruitful cooperation. Well, this situation is getting more complicated by the minute. By the way, I'm not going to riddle with questions about what that light was and what you saw. You guys take a rest. We'll speak after you've gotten your well-earned rest, and once we see each other again on the opposite side of the mountains. All right, do you guys want to?
Anna, what were you gonna say?
I don't know. Nobody was responding, and it was like really like. I just imagine the whole group being so tired, and it's just. Everyone is.
He is aware of the fact, so he is not going to bother like asking anything.
Yeah.
So, how would you guys like to do this? Would you guys like to just like call it and just like go to bed, in character? I can set the next scene because it is quite relevant, and I think it would be fair too because it's like you guys have been traveling for 12 hours, basically going to Laudon 6 hours, going back 6 hours. So this is not really the best moment to have like a long rest chat, right? So I'm just thinking,
Right.
I'm guessing you guys will just probably sleep.
I'm sure no one will want to know where Rook was.
Exactly.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
True. All right.
I think I would like to do one thing before rest. So listen, I have a horse.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you have a horse? Yes.
Yes. It's a bratty horse. She has a sad name. She's also princess, you know. So I would like to summon Her Majesty. And because we're still getting to know each other. Yes. Her Majesty, thank you. I'm gonna be very politely and very tiredly and slightly annoyingly ask, Chef, I would like to take you out on a ride to scout ahead. Would you allow me to do that?
They're going to bob their head up and down, kind of like a nod. They seem to
Thank you very much.
have no problem with that.
Okay. I'm really excited.
Heck yeah.
Oh my god, I'm so excited. Yes.
Also, before people start moving, can Rook go down to Shaima and the not warlocks and eavesdrop a little bit on what's going on over there?
Heck yeah.
Since you did bring it up and it's definitely not important whatsoever.
It's half important. It's important to you, which is why it's very important.
Exactly, I'm the only party member that matters.
That's not what I said, but okay.
I just got a new job with the scary Baron man, so I am now the most important party member.
True. Exactly.
The rest of you are
Looks at him
enjoyed,
to bash his ego in a little bit.
You sit down next to the group of goblins as the quote-unquote Archon Spirit is basically regaling the group with a story of her travels. It is currently in Goblin, and as you join, she gives you a look and like continues her story for a little second. And then kind of like, I guess, picking up that you're not you understand what she's saying. She just continues in Goblin instead of changing the language or anything.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems to be explaining about stories about how she met different nomadic tribes and how she has exchanged her wisdom with their wisdom and there's been a lot of back and forth in what's been happening on her journey. But
have we gotten exposition on her? Because I totally frickin' forgot to watch the VOD, so I do not know what happened last time.
Actually, no. You didn't really ask really much about her. Yeah, it's like she kind of appeared. Everyone's like confused and never asked. So.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like
I was not there to ask. So yes,
yeah,
I think I was the most intrigued.
Yeah. There also weren't like too many great moments to ask.
Yeah.
But yeah. I also there's a time for this thing. There is a time for these things, so I wasn't really worried. I was just like, yeah, it's gonna come up eventually. Especially since she's planning on joining you guys and the Red Mares. She's not going with Amun or wherever he's going.
In that case, what's Nuvola doing right now?
Good question. He is. I believe he's speaking with Vatreva right now. Discussing some things with him and Abby, and then as they finish up, like Abby's organizing the scouts and everything, and together with her dad, Nuvola would basically be most likely the next activity he would be doing is joining you, because he's also interested in what's going on here.
Okay. Then Rook would go over to Nuvola and I guess relay the meeting nomadic tribes part, essentially mimicking. That's not a word. Mimicking that part, and then kind of look at him inquisitively and say, history, and kind of point at Shaima. Is it Shaima or Shaima?
Shaima. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
He looks towards her and then back to you, and then just says in a little lower voice, he says, well, not quite. It is more like the stuff of myth and legends. She is what we know as the Queen of the Plains. She is described as a deity of people like me and the tribe, nomads, people who have no one place to belong, and people that visit different locations. A tradition very common among goblins, which is why she's revered so much. I don't know how the House of Harmony has been able to get in contact with her. I didn't even know she was still among people. It's kind of like, I don't know, hearing the stuff of myth and legends and then seeing it with your own two eyes. I still don't know what to really think. It's a bit overwhelming.
Rook will look kind of confused and say, summon her, you do?
He nods, turns to Shaima, and then turns back to Rook, and then says, yeah, you're right. It is part of what I'm praying for, I suppose. I'm a holy man, and even if my faith goes out towards Ashera and her teachings of unity and peace, harmony with everybody, with people, I have a more, I suppose, personal connection to her, because while I want to be a guardian, a protector of my people, I want to be someone who's there for other goblins. And I suppose answering these prayers was her. She eventually, one day, bestowed upon me the ability to, I suppose, take on the harm of others. And that's how my faith has been rewarded. It's how priests and paladins and other people of the clergy get their abilities from. But you can imagine my confusion when her answering the prayers has eventually led to an actual meeting is quite the shocking event.
Rook will kind of like wordlessly nod, and is his little bird friend that he has just gotten, has that been flying in the vicinity? I'm assuming it's not been like visible to anyone yet. But where has it been?
If you want it to be on your shoulder, it's on your shoulder. If you want it to be on some tree in the distance, it can be there. It just depends where you want it to be. Where you send
I kind of
it.
imagined that it would be like kind of following at a distance. So we'll go with that.
It's probably like perched up on the tree here.
Yeah, so Rook will kind of like look up to that bird, nod, and then just keep listening to Shaima.
As you two are talking, he like turns, Gap turns his attention towards you two, and then like gets up, scurries over, and just like almost like drags Arman over, like takes her by the hand, just like come on, and just like drags her over to join the story time.
You should know this too.
Something like that. Does Arman join?
Of course, why would I not?
Awesome. Being
I
part
was
of the
like
story
just
time.
about to. I can imagine I was about to mount my steed and then okay.
Just grabs
Mount
you.
again. Grab.
Yeah. You notice how you sit down. Shaima is telling her story in Goblin. You don't understand a single freaking word. And then Gap like turns to you, and he's like, "Oh wait, hold on, I forgot." He just gives you like he shoves like a potion in your hand.
You know what? It has been weirder. I just chug it.
Heck yeah! it's a potion of comprehension, and you now understand what she's saying.
Amazing.
Wow.
Heck yeah!
Potion of
Speaking
Google
Goblin.
Translate, let's go!
Heck
Nice.
yeah! You now joining the group are able to understand what is going on, what she's talking about. She's talking about stories of riding across the plains on the back of the red mare, and how she's met many different tribes before. In this particular land, in this continent basically, she has come across different tribes that all affected her in different ways as she affected them. And the horse just slowly joining.
Yeah, and I imagine like its head resting on my head, and then
That's
just Rook
cute.
giving it a look.
She tells stories about how she has met different goblin tribes who have all been inspired by her. One of them taking up the name, funnily enough, of Red Manes, as her red hair has inspired them to basically follow her footsteps and travel the lands and tend to the different, learn different things from different people, because there's always something new to learn from different locations, from different cultures, so on and so forth. She's just a very curious person, so her curiosity has also inspired other tribes of goblins. But she noticed how over time the name of the tribe, Red Manes, has eventually shifted to Red Mares, because it might have been a translation error. It might have just been people reminding each other that there was a red mare with them, and slowly but surely the story seems to have changed, as in the tribe just switched names, and the history got a little bit confusing. But ultimately, the story of the Queen of the Plains has still been passed down each generation, as Gab is like super excitedly listening, because he explains. Gab would explain how his father and his father before them has always been making sure to deliver the history of the tribe, And curiously enough, she also mentions in these lands there was one big other faction she has met in the plains to the south. You know, this is basically you know how the forest, the Fioli Woods, is like in the middle of the continent? It's south of that, is what she's describing. Past the hills, there she met a tribe of primarily female nomadic warriors who have inspired each other and has been exchanging stories. They named themselves, I think it was Skulan tribe, or like Skula. I think that was the name. Never mind. My notes are not available right now, but I think it was. I'm pretty confident it was Skula. I will just share the name with you. If it's wrong, I'll fix it into the next session. And they were quite inspiring to her. They exchanged traditions. They shared stories with each other, and it's been a very fulfilling experience for her. And she eventually, over the course of the story, turns her attention towards Arman and then says, in common instead of goblin, you remind me of the ones I met back then. It is...
What does it remind you of them?
Not just appearance-wise, but also your spirit, your... what did I say? Gumption? It is your unrelenting will and character that is hoping for a better tomorrow, not by the deeds of anybody else but yourself. You do not sit down and say, well, perhaps the ones in power will fix things. You get up and do things on your own, and with your own two hands grasp that freedom that allows you to do those things.
I'm kind of welling up a bit.
Aww. It is bold what you did. It is brave. And in due time it will be rewarded. Right now it might feel like challenge after challenge and desperation. But the wind will guide you.
It is like, look, I really tried being a paladin in their name, being sworn to the crown. And then I failed, and I understand now why, but it still feels a little bit like I invested so much into a career for it to be a complete box. And what you're saying right now is really nice, very much. And I do think that it will be fruitful, because I do feel better now. More than the last 5 years.
Good.
And then I would like to take this moment to talk about my mom. From what I know. About, that I grew up in Catholic school, basically. Or Demiurgian school. And that I didn't have moms. I have many moms. None. Was left at the doorstep there. And one day, when I was an infant, I was left at the doorstep because there was a woman and she had a horse and how do you call all these things to steer horse with?
The bridle?
Reins.
Yeah, the bridle. Yeah, that. She only had that, and that's what she threw at my tightly knit braid, and you see the bridle woven inside the. Yeah, and I don't know much. I just gave me the name. And basically, the story is that there was this woman, and she left baby Arman at the doorstep, and with a plea, please take her. And the only thing that she gave her, Arman Dao, which I think one of the nuns said means dreaming or so in that language, and the riddle. That's the only thing that she has from her mom. Yeah. That's basically it.
I assume no father either?
I have no idea who my dad is.
Do you think...
Rook is just kind of like staring over, unsure how to address that.
Perhaps Destiny's reins will guide you towards your family back again. Perhaps you will never see them again. But whatever is ahead of you, it is important to accept it no matter what it is. Because sometimes expectations can bring a lot of pain. You enter a new land and you expect to see new faces eager to tell you their stories and share their curiosity with you. But then oftentimes you are simply met with sadness and disappointment as they shun you or throw you out or abandon all hope of speaking with you because maybe you look weird, maybe you speak funny, maybe you just don't agree in the same God as they do. No matter the reason, there is a lot for people to be divided, and I am hoping that that division has not found your family and that you will find a happy reunion. That is my hope.
Nice. Thank you. You're really wise. And also very nice.
Rook will kind of like waddle over to Arman, sit next to her, and say like, "Your family, we are."
Cute.
Oh no, I'm gonna cry.
Oh.
I'm just hugging you, man.
Don't cry, we don't need more tears, so I...
Yeah, Luna's already filled that up.
True. You turn over back to the group. You see, like, Enza's just actually, like, crying.
Oh no!
And you... as she, like, basically gets emotional, you notice how Shame is basically, like, approaching them and just, like, taking them in. Like, the entire group of goblins. And she then turns towards you three. 4, I guess, with the horse. Oh, that reminds me.
This is a bonding moment, Appy.
Yeah.
Yep.
She turns towards all of you and then says, they have told me a story of what happened. I am grateful for your deeds. We will find great allies in each other, and I will continue protecting them like I would my own children. We shall see each other again many times, and as destiny wills it, we will perhaps follow similar paths. But for now, my place is here. These lost kids, they need me.
Take good
Rook will
care of
nod,
them.
seeming very relieved.
Aww.
And I guess that's scene. Woohoo!
I'm also the rest time of the portion. I would like to talk to Her Majesty because I want to hear how she sounds.
Oh yeah, you have like comprehend languages now.
Oh, I didn't realize that. I thought you were just expecting to just talk to her and shear.
No,
You know.
but it is kind of
Attitude.
yeah. It is kind of disappointing that you like turn your attention to Her Majesty, and all you hear is not like a voice or like language or like speech. You just hear like fire, like licking the air. You hear the crackling of a bonfire almost, and just like different noises coming from her mane. It's not really like she's using any like vocal cords or something. It's like the flames themselves are communicating something, and you understand
Okay.
that communication.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Why this horse so mad?
Of course, because she's a princess. That's why.
Indeed.
I'm gonna communicate with fire noises, I guess, if she wants to go.
She does understand. She does understand common. You don't have to try it. Like also, comprehend languages. It lets you like understand it, but you can't speak it. That would be a different spell. Yeah, you cannot make fire noises. You don't know how it works. You will have to learn that from
Me when I speak fire.
Horace. Horace needs to teach you that first.
Okay. Sorry, but I just imagine the scene. It's so stupid.
You just like turn towards and you just go. You just make noises, and like she just looks disappointed and just leaves.
Come back, please.
And then she like turns back again.
I'm just messing. Okay. Let's not extend this any further. I just want to make like a quick scouting, like just ahead. But mainly
Yeah.
I just want to,
I will probably
know,
exactly. I will probably
be
do
on
that like,
horseback.
at the start of the next session.
yeah.
Like you take a little long rest, a little nap, and then at the start of the long rest, you go on your journey to scout ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I will now do the preview, which is that the tribe and the party will eventually find themselves at the riverbank that you're trying to cross, and you will encounter sooner or later. It doesn't matter. You will come across here eventually. You will have to pass through here, because otherwise you will not be able to cross the river without it attracting even more attention from the Empire, and you will find yourself here, as your goal will be to pass by and get to the northernmost edge of the map, to get to the river and go past to the other side, so that you may once again enter the woods and disappear into them. And the task will be to avoid the eyes and ears of the camp as much as possible. Shitai
Oh boy,
and
that sounds so
Arman.
easy, and like nothing bad will ever happen.
Exactly.
Oh gosh.
Shitai and Arman. Shitai's already been scouting, and Arman will now be joining the scouting efforts with her horse. And you will encounter not only priests and Templar aspirants, but you will encounter a familiar face. And that's what we'll call the session.